What is up, guys? It's Tommy here and welcome to the latest Premier League transfer news. And guys, let me know, what kind of transfers do you want your club to make? What is your summer transfer wish list? Let me know in the comments below. I'm a Liverpool fan, by the way. Shout out to all my Irish and Northern Irish subscribers. Once you wrote your summer transfer wish list, if you want to see more videos like this, leave a like. It's always appreciated. And the biggest story is that Arsenal made a 50 million euro, it's a 44 million pound bid for Alexander Lacazette. And how ironic would it be for Arsene Wenger, after 20 years finishing in the Champions League, to finally buy a proper world-class striker when they are finishing outside of the Champions League. That blows my mind. Like, Arsene Wenger was sitting on a pile of money for years, and he refused to buy a striker who is good enough to win the Premier League, who is good enough to challenge for the Champions League. They went out in the last 16 for the last 6 seasons in a row in the Champions League, and they never really challenged for the Premier League title. And when they moved to the Emirates, the Arsenal fans were promised the world. They were promised that they in 3 years they will compete with the likes of Bayern Munich and Barcelona, and they lost 10-2 on aggregate against Bayern Munich. Arsenal just became a meme club in the past 2 or 3 seasons, and that was just I think the top of the lot. And after this season, for Arsenal to give Arsene Wenger a 2-year contract, I think that says it all. That says what the real ambition and motivation is for the owners. If you make money as an Arsenal manager for the owners, they don't care if Arsenal win the league or not. They don't care if Arsenal challenge for the Champions League or not. They are just happy that Arsenal, make money. They are profitable business, and I think the fans are right to protest against the owners. And yeah, I would love to hear your opinion, guys. I just wanted to give my opinion on the situation. Arsenal already had a bid rejected for Lacazette, but now that Lacazette cannot go to Atletico Madrid because Atletico Madrid's transfer ban has been upheld by the Court of Arbitration, Lacazette either stays at Lyon or goes to another club, or waits until January to go to Atletico Madrid. But Arsenal, I think, can offer better wages. And there are also talks of Arsenal selling Giroud, but I think Giroud is a very, very good backup striker, and I would sign Lacazette and keep Giroud if I was Arsene Wenger, because you know that Arsenal always get injuries, especially in the front line, in the forward line, and in the midfield as well. So they will need as many players as they can get with the Europa League football as well. So Arsenal are hoping that Lyon will accept 44 million, which is an awful lot of money for Lacazette, and I think he's worth that kind of money. He's 26 years old. He scored 20 plus goals for 3 or 4 seasons in the French league, and I think he would suit Arsenal's style of play down to the ground. So I think Arsenal fans will be very excited by this if they indeed manage to sign Lacazette, and it will show that money talks, because Lacazette said that he will only join a club who plays in the Champions League. And it will be just so hilarious that finally Wenger pulls out the purse and finally pays for a top striker after years of just, I don't know what, waiting for Giroud to become this world-class striker who takes the Premier League by storm. Don't get me wrong, Giroud is a very good striker, but you will never win a Premier League title with him leading the line. In my opinion, he's not that good. There are a lot of talks about Bakayoko, who is a very, very strong midfielder playing for Monaco. I watched him quite a bit in the Champions League. Monaco had a brilliant run to the semi-finals, and Bakayoko was a beast in most of the games. And Man United wanted him, but it looks like that Chelsea will sign him in the end, and he prefers to go to Chelsea. And the transfer fee is 35 million. Many newspapers, including the London Evening Standard, are reporting this news, that the deal is almost finished, and it probably will be unveiled next week. And it will be very interesting whether Matic leaves. There were talks of Matic going to Manchester United, so I'm not sure. I think Chelsea would want to keep Matic and get Bakayoko in as well. So this is going to be very interesting. Frank de Boer is excited about the opportunity to become Crystal Palace manager. They are in talks about the managerial position at Crystal Palace. And Frank de Boer, after doing very well at Ajax, he had an absolute car crash of half a season at Inter Milan, where he was sacked after just 6 months. So it will be very interesting if de Boer can bounce back. It's very interesting that these reports keep coming back that Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool want to be in the conversation for Kylian Mbappe. I don't think we have any chance of getting him, I will be honest. I don't think that we even should be bidding 100 million euros, which the Liverpool Echo are reporting that according to reports in Spain, Liverpool have had a 100 million euro bid for Mbappe rejected. That's like 88 million pounds. Honestly, we should only bid for Mbappe after we signed Naby Keita, after we signed Van Dijk, and after we signed the new left back. If we have money left, then I would say why not, let's try. But I think those are the priority, the key positions where Liverpool should strengthen. So it's going to be very interesting what Jurgen Klopp does. But at least it shows a great ambition by Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. And there could be arguments on the playing side. Financially, I don't think we can afford Mbappe. But if Mbappe goes to Liverpool, he would play regularly there. He could become our number 9. He could lead the line, and he could really develop his game in the next 2 or 3 years. And then, of course, he can go to Real Madrid. He's only 18 years old. I don't think he would play for Real Madrid right now. So that's my 2 cents on the take. That's my take on it. Chelsea have offered 96 million pounds for Bonucci, according to Corriere dello Sport, an Italian newspaper. I refuse to believe that. No defender is worth that. Oh, sorry, it's Bonucci and Alexandro. Still, that's an awful lot of money. I mean, they are 2 world-class defenders. A left-back, Alexandro, probably the second best left-back in the world behind Marcelo. And they are both Brazilian, interestingly. But Bonucci, he's a good player, but he's not worth like 50-60 million pounds. I mean, come on, man. But, Chelsea have that money, especially if Diego Costa goes to China for something ridiculous, then that could happen. And interestingly, Neymar has talked up at a potential move for Verratti to Barcelona. He said, of course, I would like him to come to Barcelona. I would love it. Verratti is a great player. He's a footballer of incredible technical quality. The Sport Spanish newspaper is reporting this, so that is going to be interesting. And apparently, Mbappe is also Paris Saint-Germain's main transfer target. This kid is linked with so many clubs: Arsenal, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain. And the alternative, interestingly, for PSG, if they can't get Mbappe, and I think Monaco wouldn't sell to a rival. I don't think their fans, even though they don't have a lot of fans, their fans wouldn't be very happy about that. But of course, money talks and everything can happen in football. But the alternative could be Sergio Aguero, Man City's striker, who I don't think Guardiola is the biggest fan of him. When he benched Aguero for some of the biggest games of the season in favor of Gabriel Jesus, everyone was like, what? Why is Aguero on the bench? But Gabriel Jesus actually fits into the Guardiola playing style a little bit more, because he is more mobile. He can do the counter pressing, the high pressing game a little bit better. So it's going to be very interesting what happens with Aguero and Gabriel Jesus and at Man City. And Tottenham are also expected to pay 26 million pounds for Sporting Club de Portugal's midfielder Adrian Silva rather. So he's a good player. For 26 million in today's market, I think that's a good transfer. And Fabinho actually spoke out about the transfer links linking him with Manchester United. He said during a live television interview that signing for Manchester United, it's a tempting invitation. I would first talk to my agent and also to Monaco, and then I will decide everything right. But Manchester United is a great club, sure enough. I would think about it. So I think Fabinho would love to play for Man United. It's just you know, would Man United pay Monaco's asking price, which will be close to £50 million for Fabinho, and I don't think he's worth that amount. Tottenham are also prepared to wait for Everton's Ross Barkley's transfer price to go down. They don't want to pay £50 million. I think they are right. Ross Barkley is nowhere near worth that, but he's English. He's a Premier League proven player, so that adds another like 15 to 20 million pounds on his normal transfer value, which should be around 25 to 30 million pounds. But it's, in today's crazy transfer market, it's so difficult to judge what player is worth what kind of money. So that is going to be interesting where Barkley ends up, because he doesn't want to sign a new contract for Everton. And also the Lukaku transfer news went quiet, so even though Lukaku said that he knows where his future lies, there are no transfer news about him at the moment. Verratti gave a very interesting interview to an Italian newspaper. He's Italian, of course, and he said about this transfer saga. He said, "I do not have to go at all costs. I want to see if this time PSG can really make a great team. In that event, I will be happy to say. Every year they say they will put together a great team, but then we saw the results. The promises are not enough. If this time the club maintain what they say and buys you know, great players, then I will be happy to stay. Nobody is forcing me to leave." So what do you make of that, guys? A player dictating the club who to buy and what kind of players to buy. I would say, you know, very classy players just put their head down, work hard, improve themselves, and try to win the trying to win the trophies at the club by being a better version of themselves. I'm not sure if that's the right attitude to show, but of course that's the problem, that there are bigger clubs wanting Verratti, like Barcelona, so maybe this is just for Verratti to force his transfer through to Barcelona. So we shall wait and see what happens on that front. Let me know what did you think about these transfer news in the comments below, and thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.